Good morning. We are in Paris. We are at the Olympic Games. A load of medals yesterday for Team GB, but we are looking ahead as well to where the medals might come next week. And they might come in skateboarding. And one of the men we hope will deliver those medals is with me now, Andy Macdonald. Andy, has everyone asked you about your age today? Tell us how old you are and why everyone's obsessed.
That's the lead-in, I guess. Everyone's obsessed. I'm 51 years old. I had a birthday while I was on the train with Team GB from London to Paris. And I'm the oldest in the skateboard competition.
Fantastic though, isn't it, that we've got you and then we've got Lola and we've got Sky, and that just goes to show everybody back at home that there's no barriers, you can do anything, and that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, age is just a number, really. Like, people are like, oh, I used to skate and then I stopped skating. Yeah, and then you got old. Like, don't stop and then you won't get old. Skateboarding is the fountain of youth for me, absolutely.
What does it mean to you to have Great Britain across your chest, be part of Team GB?
It's something that I'm new to, in that I've just gotten in touch with my British heritage. My dad's from Luton. His mom was from Luton. My granddad's from Dumfries, Scotland, and I've never been to Scotland. It's just like, my dad moved to Philadelphia when he was young, and I called him like with this crazy idea to go out for the British national team and as a pathway to the Olympics. And my dad was like, "What do you want a British passport for?" Like, I had to explain like this crazy idea. But it's been great, you know. The Team GB and you know, thanks to the National Lottery, they paid my way to go to all these competitions throughout the world to qualify, and it's a great group of people, and I've learned so much and met a lot of new friends through skating for the British national team. It's been great.
And tell us about Qualification, how you got to be here.
Okay, so there were 4 original competitions throughout the world: Argentina, Rome, Dubai, and you needed to make the top 44 in the world. I was in 40th or something, 39th or something, and then then they made a cut, and you went to the OQS series, the Olympic qualifying series. There's 2 events, one in Shanghai and one in Budapest. I was always a long shot. This was just like, this is going to be fun. I can keep doing it. I'm 50 years old, and I'm riding with people that are a third my age, and I'm just lucky to be here, kind of thing. As far as qualifying, it was always a long shot. So I went into Budapest, the last event, still ranked in like 39th place. And I had never made a quarterfinal, and my coach was like, "You're gonna need to make the semifinal to even have a shot at it." So I went in just like guns blazing, like I got to make the hardest run I've ever made, and somehow the stars aligned, and I made the hardest run I've ever made on my last try. You get three runs in a competition. I fell on my first 2 runs. Last run, it all came together, and I'm here. It's just some miraculous miracle, and I qualified for Paris. So it's just pretty surreal to be here and be a part of it.
The talkSPORT audience will probably not have heard on the radio much skateboarding, so talk us through the competition format. You sort of said a little bit about it there, but what here in the Olympics have we got to expect?
Okay, so there's a qualifier. Everybody skates, everyone gets 3 runs, and you're judged on an overall impression of each run. Your best run score will be the one that counts. And you're judged on things like the use of the bowl, the difficulty of your tricks, the execution of those tricks, the amplitude of those tricks, and then you're given 1 score as an average of 5 judges, and those go up against everybody else's. There'll be 4 heats, and then they'll make a cut to 8, and 8 is the finals. And they'll happen on the same day. So the qualifiers around noon, finals around 6, and then they'll crown their 1, 2, and 3.
What is the terminology that we should be listening out for in terms of your run and the run of your fellow competitors?
If you're not a skateboarder, it sounds like a different language, and I like that. I think it's kind of neat, because if you invent a trick in skateboarding, you get to call it whatever you want. If you invent a trick in gymnastics, it's just your last name, and it's super boring because we have the Biles 1, the Biles 2, the Biles 3. So in skateboarding, you get to call it whatever you want. So you'll hear the announcers talking about like, and there's a Madonna, and there's a Stalefish, and there's a Sean Penn, and like all these weird, you know, like names that, you know, they all have technical names. That's a 1-footed frontside grunt, whatever. But if you're not a skateboarder, it's hard to keep up. And that's the fun part. It's just like this language that you need to learn from doing it.
Are we going to see a McDonald?
I've invented tricks. I've never named any after myself, but I haven't gotten too creative. I invented a trick that often takes me a long time to make, and I call it a lottery flip. It's just like a technical flip trick where you flip your board with your feet and you catch it with your hands and put it back under your feet. And when I make it, it's like winning the lottery. So it's a lottery flip.
And will Sky Brown be okay? Obviously, you're part of the team with her. We know that she's popped her shoulder out. Will she be all right?
She's 15 years old. She's made of rubber. She'll be fine. Yeah, she's going to be competing and going for the gold for sure.
And what about you? What are you hoping to achieve while you're here?
If they have a gold medal for who has the most fun on the course, it's mine. I got it for sure. I'm just so happy to be here and be a part of it all, and it's still so surreal to be at the Olympics. When I started skateboarding, Olympics skateboarding wasn't a thing, you know, so just to be actually here and competing is just the thrill of a lifetime.
Andy, great to chat with you. Thanks for speaking to talkSPORT.
Thanks for having me.